1 Corinthians chapter 3. Verse number 7. Now he says, and here's the summary of this. Here's the summary. Look at verse number 7. For who maketh thee? This is so good. I love this. I put this in the foreword of my book. I did. If you read my book, you go in the foreword, you will find this verse right here. For who maketh thee to differ from another? Now, I realize tonight that I'm better looking than any guy in church. My storyteller. Oh, wait a minute. I should have said, I'm a better basketball player than anybody in church. I'm a better shot. I'm a better hunter. Can't. Okay, now, let me tell you, what's this? Everybody in this church house now has got some kind of skill or something about you that God has given you. Okay? And you're probably better than somebody else in church or a lot of people. You got some kind of skill he gave you. It can be a gift. For who maketh thee to differ one from another? Who did it? Let's answer that question. Who makes you to differ one from another? Who did it? God. In fact, I'm still mad at God. Look at this nose he put on me. God did that. Who maketh thee to differ? I mean, you know what he's really said? You don't like yourself? Blame God. But quit not liking yourself and quit not comparing yourselves among yourselves and act or being puffed up because, well, I'll tell you what, I know the Bible. The rest of you don't know the Bible like I do. Or I'm good at golf, or I'm good at swimming, or I'm good at hunting, or I can drive 85 miles an hour in a 35 zone and not hit anybody. I'm good. Anyway, for who maketh thee to differ one from another? Now watch this. And what hast thou that thou didst not receive? I'm going to tell you a little secret tonight about Donald Trump that he probably doesn't even know, but he may know. Every dime he's got, God gave it to him. And everything you got tonight, every piece of clothing in your clothes closet, God gave it to you. The air you're breathing right now, God gave it to you. I'm telling you right now, he said, what hast thou that thou didst not receive? I tell you, there's something I cannot stomach. I cannot stomach it. It makes me want to literally vomit. Well, I'll tell you what, nobody gave me nothing. I'll tell you, I work my guts out for everything I got. That makes me sick. And I've heard that so much in my life, it just makes me want to vomit. I can't stand people like you. Talk about puffed up. And I want to say, well, who changed your diapers? Who fed you when you couldn't feed yourself? Who gave you your health? Who gave you your hands? Who gave you your eyes? Who gave you your knowledge of how to do anything? Who gave you the opportunity to work? Oh. He said, what hast thou that didst not receive? Now, if thou didst receive it, which he's just assuming that any idiot would understand that it's all a gift, amen, why dost thou glory as if thou hadst not received it? And I'll tell you what happens to you. Now, you just listen to me. I've seen it. I watch it. I see it every day. God blesses you. And you've been blessed financially or blessed with some type of abilities and things like that. And first thing you know, you're acting like the rest of you poor guys. I'm a little smarter. I'm more skilled. He said, why are you glorying as if you had not received it? I'll tell you, the more you got, the more you ought to be on your face. I'll tell you right now. I'm just being honest with you. God's been good to Karen and I. We're not rich, but God's been so good to us. I mean, I'm serious. And I'll tell you the truth about it is there's times I just need to fall on my face in my yard because he's let me live there. And let me live in that house. And everything I have, God's given it to me. Verse number 8, and he says, did you know what Paul's talking to here? Did you understand Paul's talking to some very rich people here? He's talking to some people who've been very, very successful in the world's ways, in the world's life. He said, now you're full. Now you're rich. You have reigned as kings without us. And I would to God you did reign. He said, I'm not against you being successful, that we may also reign with you. That's a wonderful thing. Get this. Paul's saying, you know what? You do good, maybe the rest of us will do some good too. Don't ever get mad at somebody because they're making some money. Verse 9, for I think that God has set forth us, the apostles, last as it were appointed to death. Oh, so you want to serve God? Well, get ready. Watch what Paul says happens. For we are made a spectacle unto the world. You ready to be made a spectacle unto the world? Let me just tell you a little something. I was 20 years old and I started auctioneering. And God blessed me. He gave me a gift. I knew it was a gift. When I started practicing, when I started doing my numbers and all that stuff, it just came. It just came. It's a gift. I remember running my trap lines and practicing and just realizing I've got a gift. I knew it was. And I'll be honest with you. I mean, I could sell the fire out of things. I could just sell. And it just was easy for me. And I had a heart for it. And I'm telling you what, everybody in the country is my friend. Till I started to preach. And that wasn't too bad until I took a stand. Until they seen I was serious about it. And then for the last 36 years, let me tell you what's happened. Gradually, by gradually, I have less friends right now than I've ever had in my life. And you know why? Because I don't go over and lick the boots of the public school. That's the truth. Just flat honesty. I probably do, but I'm just saying. Or if I'd have been a little local pastor and go over there and pray at their little deals and stuff and go, get all involved in it and kiss their feet and everything, well, I tell you what, I'd been the greatest guy in the world. And if I'd have rock concerts in here, all the kids over at that place would be in here doing this here, I could have had it. You come out for Christ, I'll tell you what, God will thin them out. You watch what I tell you. I'll give you something. You tell me how many people was with Jesus when he died, when he come to the end of his ministry. You tell me how many people was Paul when he come to the end of his ministry. He said, all men are forsaken me. I'm going to tell you right now, when you decide to follow Christ, you just got to get ready for it to start thinning out. Amen? He said a spectacle unto the world and to angels and to men. He said, we're a spectacle. Look at verse number 10. We are fools to Christ. They said, you're a stupid idiot. You mean you're trading off what you could have done and could have been and could have had to serve Jesus Christ? You are a fool. That's what the world thinks about you. And then he says, but ye are wise in Christ. We are weak, but ye are strong. Ye are honorable, but we're despised. Even unto this present hour, we both hunger and thirst and are naked and buffeted and have no certain dwelling place. Woo! That tells me I don't know anything about serving God. I haven't served God till I haven't had no certain dwelling place. But I want you to look at what he says here, verse number 12. And labor, working with our own hands. I like that. Amen. Being, what's this? Reviled, we bless. Being persecuted, we suffer it. The verse 13, being defamed, we entreat. We are made as, what's this? The filth of the world. And can I tell you tonight, you listen to this preacher, that's what this world thinks of you. They look at true Christian people as the filth of this world. And I want to give you another one. I'm going to tell you, filth's a heavy word, but look at the next thing. And are the offscouring of all things unto this day. You know what offscouring is? That's that gunk in your pans. That's the gunk from food for a few days on a pan. And they used to call it scouring the pan. You clean the stuff, the residue of what was cooked off the edge of the pan. It's nasty. He said, we're considered the offscouring. And by the way, if you don't understand that yet, that's what the world thinks of true Christianity. Jesus said, marvel not that the world hates you. They hated me before it hated you. Now that doesn't mean, now you listen to me, Paul is not on a self-pity trip here. Paul is just stating it how it is. You don't need to feel sorry for yourself because if you live for Jesus, you suffered the loss of some family or friends or opportunities or business or whatever it may be, or opportunity or things that you could have done. You don't need to feel sorry for yourself about that. In fact, remember the rewards? Okay? You're just making a good trade. Whosoever will lose his life for my sake, the same shall save it. And so he's not feeling sorry. He's just stating it how it is. By the way, this is why, in honesty, this is why so many young people, they're growing up, they're coming up through their 13, 16, 19, 22, and they're looking at it and they're saying, what's the best use I can make of my life? And when they don't see the eternal perspective, it's like, hey, why not go for it? Let's make money. And and I'm not against making money. I'm just saying, but if you start shoving God aside and shoving God's will and God's ways and God's truth aside, to have that, then you got a problem. He said, we're the offscouring of this thing into this day, and that they consider you to be Bad stuff.